guys, so this is just a dressing room chat, and I'm with the wonderful Ed Baker-Duly, who is starring in Kiss Me Kate with me as Fred Graham. So basically I'm asking a couple of questions to all my guests, and the first question to you is, Ed has been fortunate to work in US, on Broadway, and in London, and in many places in the UK. What are the pros and cons between working in the US and working in the UK?
Pros and cons? Well, let me say, first of all, first day of rehearsals is like first day of school. First day of school anywhere, whether you're off Broadway, on Broadway, wherever you are, it's that same feeling of arriving in a room with a whole bunch of new people, and it's terrifying and exciting, and it's all that. So really, there's no difference there. However, when I did my first job over in New York was Peter and Starcatcher.
Okay.
And
written by?
It was written by
who?
Rick Ellis.
There we are. I wouldn't have known, so that was just for you guys.
And it was directed by Roger Rees.
Okay.
Who sadly has passed away. I think about a year and a half ago.
Was he American?
British actor, Roger Rees. He went over with Nicholas Nickleby, that Trevor Nunn directed.
Okay.
And I think he won a Tony. I think he won everything. Right. It was an incredible production.
And he transferred from being was he still an actor at the same time? Or?
Yes, he was doing acting, and he was in Cheers. He was a recurring character in Cheers, and he's a most amazing, wonderful guy. And for me, it was great to go and do a show in New York, and to have that familiarity of a British person in the room, and him being the director was even better. So it really set me at ease. But he said to me, and it's funny, he articulated exactly what I was feeling. Right. He said, "What do you think about the rehearsal process here?" And I said, gosh, it seems like everybody really knows what they're doing. They come in. Americans come in with a tremendous sense of authority, and they have they've got great charisma, and they've got British actors on the other hand come in and are a little more sort of under the radar, and maybe not come in with
as it was more relaxed, or
and maybe not so polished performance. They like to, and Roger said, English actors, they like to go and stand in a corner and just rehearse a little bit first, and then present you a little bit, and then go home again,
like a show and tell.
Yes, exactly. And I'm not giving you too much, because I'm not even sure what it is I'm doing.
No, I get you.
Whereas I found that with Americans, they've got a lot of confidence.
They
come in, and then I think it's cultural as well. They come in, they go bang, and they leave it all on the floor.
Because you kind of get that in auditions as well. Sometimes like expecting the finished product, and even myself, I go in and I'm kind of like, you're like swinging a bat, aren't you? Just going, this is my idea of what I want to give you, and then hopefully.
But conversely, when you audition in New York, that's for Broadway, off Broadway, whatever, you're not expected to be as prepared with new material as you are here.
Wow.
It's the first time I've ever auditioned anywhere where I asked the panel. I got the music about 2 days beforehand for a song for a piece I went up for, and I went in and I said, "Look, I'm terribly sorry, I'm going to have to hold the music." And they went, "Of course you're going to hold that. This is not a memory test. We don't expect you to learn."
Yeah, exactly.
So, and that's the same. Oh, we have a guest.
We have a guest.
We have a visitor.
Yeah. Here's Dex Lee.
Hey, Dex.
Come and say hello, Dex Lee. We're doing a video.
What are you doing?
Dex Lee.
You're like
backstage chat.
Backstage dressing room chat.
Hey,
I'll do one with him later on.
Yeah, you'll catch up with Dex in a bit.
Fantastic.
What are you doing?
This is Physio for Physio. You've got Physio later on.
Thank you.
Physio, very important.
Physio.
Backstage
I
stuff.
do physio now, guys. It's a new service I offer. You heard it first from Dex Lee. Later, Dex.
The feeling of auditioning, and of course this is, again, one can't be over generalizing, but I felt that one wants to give the impression that you're not giving your polished opening night performance in an audition. yes, you have the...
Because you have rehearsal for that, you know. You get the rehearsal to get that.
And you have, you get your lines, you get your sides, as you have to learn. Of course, as an actor, and you know this, if you get off the page, the faster you can get off the page, the more liberating it can be.
Absolutely.
However, if you're dealing with tricky dialogue or big blocks of dialogue or one line here and one line about 4 lines later, and and then it's tricky, it's going to read on your face that you're going, God, I hope I don't muck this
up. And also,
up,
the minute you get into costume and there's sets and there's things in the way that were there before,
everything changes.
It literally can just change your thought process.
So I think from that point of view, I felt it was almost easier to audition over there because you take that element of it out. Of course, when you're on your second or third recall, or callback as they say there.
Callback.
You don't want to be standing there with the lyrics in your hands still, or the
of course,
the score. But certainly, when you're kicking off, unless you're singing a song that they were, is of your own choice.
You're just holding the paper in your face.
Yeah. But
all the techniques out of the window.
Yeah. Because you don't want to. The thing is, you don't want to be standing there trying to remember the words more than trying to give a performance.
Yeah.
And sometimes, for the most part, even if it's a new song or a new speech or something, you're never going to be reading it line for line. You will have become familiar enough with it that you know that you've got it there, and if the wheels do start to come off in the middle of your performance in the audition, you can just glance down and it's there.
You can read it back.
And it gives them the feeling as well that they're watching an actor in a rehearsal mode rather than I'm doing my finished performance. And that kind of works for TV, for the TV and film castings I went for as well.
It's interesting because also you did West Side Story in your career. Who did you play in West Side Story?
I played Riff.
Yeah,
and I covered Tony. I went on twice in the West End for Tony. I don't know how I managed that, but
he's extremely talented.
No,
trust me, he really is. But the thing is obviously they've brought out that they're doing a film. Spielberg wants to do a remake of West Side Story.
All right.
And I was actually interested in thinking, as someone that has done it, was it the original? It was Jerome Robbins.
It was Jerome Robbins. Yeah. Arthur Lawrence actually came over and facilitated the West End transfer of the tour that we did here. In the
UK So I mean, obviously that was a big deal with him to be over there. So what's your take on the fact that they're, or in general, really, kind of remaking movies, musical movies that have already been done that are in some way timeless as what they already are.
Yeah.
Especially something like West Side, which
is tough because it's such a perfect film.
Absolutely.
I couldn't agree more. It's of its time. It's beautiful in its choreography, in the way it's shot. It's one of those ones that you just want to.
Spielberg, we still want a job. Just
of course.
We're not having a go at you, but
you know what though, we may be very
pleasantly surprised. Yeah, absolutely.
Nowadays.
But it's hard. I mean, with Robbins as well. That project in particular. I mean, it was his concept, and the minute he got Bernstein on and Lawrence, it was just such a team. It's kind of like in one sense like a modern day Hamilton is now.
I guess so.
It was a creation of that solid team, and
I mean, it wasn't the easiest of processes from what I believe. I mean, there was a lot of tussle between Lawrence and Robbins about where it should be set and whose idea really it was, and there was and the fact that Robbins' name was bigger on all the publicity and poster stuff than everybody else, and
of course,
so it had its problems. But
did you have, because obviously there was really strange techniques about how he separated the jets from the sharks in the rehearsal room, and was that kind of followed through into the same? No, not with you guys at all.
No, we were these stories. They told us these stories.
Yeah.
We had our main director was a chap called Alan Johnson.
Okay.
And he'd been involved in the original production.
Wow.
Broadway. And so he was one of the few people that could set up the show because it's first-hand knowledge coming from him. And in fact, he directed a production I did in Cape Town, in South Africa, about 2 years beforehand, where I played Riff as well.
Wow.
So again, we had
Riff is the best part.
It is fun.
Especially because you die, and then you're like...
and then you've got the second act off.
Guys, that was my little interview with the legend that is Ed Baker-Duly.
Wow.
So, say bye, Ed.
Hey, bye, Ed.